Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back from the MLG studios here in New York City. You're watching the Winter Season Showdowns, best of fives pretty much every single day in Heart of the Swarm among the best players in the world to determine who's going to be at the Winter Championship event in Dallas, Texas on March 15th. Just saw an awesome little commercial there from Full Sail University, so quick plug to them. Of course, Full Sail University, if you're into game design, if you want to get into the gaming industry, that could be a great option for you. Of course, Full Sail University. You can check out that website, fullsail.edu/MLG, fill out some information, and then they'll send some stuff back to you, see if it's right for you. Of course, what did you want to do when you grew up, Nick?
You know, I kept changing my mind.
Yeah.
You know, when I was really little, I wanted to be a fireman.
Ooh.
And then I realized that fire burns and is painful.
It's hot.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, let's not do that. Let's become a cop. And then I did some of that, and then I didn't actually become a cop. I did a little bit of
You're kind of into that, sure.
Yeah, and then I was like, no, let's not do that. Let's do computer programming, because
there you go.
I found it kind of intuitive. And then I was like, you know what, playing video games is way more fun than that. So, boom!
There you go.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, Full Sail gaming design, graphic design too. So if you're an artist, like you saw all those drawings in that commercial, very cool drawing, very cool animation stuff. Again, fullsail.edu/MLG. Check it out. Fill out some information. They'll send some stuff back to you. That being said, Soulkey versus Last is happening right now. Heart of the Storm, we're live. Tell your friends. Of course, they're currently tied 1-1. We have a series on our hands. It's hard to say like who to favor, because I feel like both the games have been relatively one-sided.
You know, I would have said Soulkey beforehand because of his, you know, Wings of Liberty accomplishments. I think outshine Last, not referencing the player shine.
Sure.
But the last two games, I feel like Last is on the right path. Soulkey caught him off guard game one. Like,
that's true.
I feel like Last should have won game one. He just had his tank put to. If that tank was like 4 hexes further back, he won that game. It's that simple. The question is there an answer to Last's play style? I don't think Soulkey's found an answer yet. But, I mean, we saw the last series, Innovation and TY, they found answers to the Hellbat mid-series, right? They were countering the Hellbat drop better and better as the series went on.
Yes.
Will Soulkey find a successful counter to this early Terran contain that doesn't actually cost him anything, really? You know? I
mean, in both games, he let a bunker go down. So I think
no, not in the second game.
The bunker was in the middle.
Oh, you're right. It wasn't Milan. Sorry, I was thinking of day one.
I feel like step one, prevent that from happening, and then from there, let's see how much the game can change. Because I think both of those plays from Last kind of set Soulkey up.
They did.
Or kind of set Last up for the victory. That being said, let's just go ahead and jump into the next game before we ramble on too much. Of course, this is going to be game number 3 between spawning in the top right-hand location of the map of Cloud Kingdom. We have the Red Zerg player, Soulkey, from Team Woongjin Stars. He's currently tied 1-1 with his opponent in the bottom left-hand location. The Blue Terran player from STX Seoul. He is Last, showing some great containment-type plays, going for the bunker outside of the natural expansion in Game 1, going for the Reaper proxy play in Game number 2. Which leads us to this game. Let's see if Last goes for that containment play once again. Of course, I love his incorporation of Widow Mines. Any place there's an offensive building or a building on his opponent's side of the map, he has a Widow Mine close by.
And then he always keeps 2 back to protect his siege tanks. So very, very, very solid play by Last. You know, your point about letting the bunker go down is interesting. I've been trying to think of ways Soulkey can really stop that, because the bunkers, like, at least in the first game, was so far back.
Yeah.
That it's like, do you really want to pull drones that far out? You're going to lose so much mine time. Wings of Liberty, the answer would obviously be no, but Heart of the Swarm, maybe you just have to do it. But I mean, Reapers are so fast, the further away you get from the creep, they'll just pick at you, right? So, I don't know. I mean, the first game, of course, you didn't use Reapers, so it's interesting because Terran is so much more powerful with the new Reaper early. Like, yes, it doesn't do bonus damage, but the speed and regeneration are so much better than that bonus damage right off the bat. And then, of course, the Widow Mines come out early. And Zerg didn't really get anything in the early game. They're still playing with the same tier 1. I mean, they got Burrow, but, like, I mean, that's not really going to help you in this situation. Overlord speed, that's not going to help you against...
So basically, you want to see Swarm Hosts.
I do, like, but I don't know how Soulkey can get up to there without being too far behind economically. Maybe you just have to accept you'll be behind economically. Maybe go in fast Mulus to try to, you'll be behind economically, but the Mulus with their generation can do some damage. Good use of Overseers to avoid running into mines. Maybe that's the right answer. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out, because Soulkey is probably questioning that stuff right now as well.
I actually really like what he's doing.
Getting that early gas.
Speedlings. I mean, remember last game?
Yeah.
How much of a pain those Reapers were, and like the Queens can poke at them, but they just regenerate. Speedlings are going to be the answer, because that's the only Zerg unit faster than the Reaper. Besides Mulus, of course.
All right, we have the Reaper going to be zipping into the main base. The bunker is not going to get completed. However, the Reaper going to try to kill a drone or two. The Overlord going to be able to see that. So Soulkey going to run that drone away as fast as he can, but it will get taken out. 1 kill for that Reaper so far. The bunker is now being reconstructed. There are 8 lings in production. Speed has just now started. Second drone going down here for last. Great Reaper control. A third drone going to get killed too. The bunker, is it going to finish? No, it's not.
Oh,
SCV
wow.
gets taken out.
Like a 99% done, 39 out of 40 seconds constructed. That was a big win for Soulkey. Well, I don't even know if to say it's a win. I mean, the Reaper did get a couple drone kills.
Yeah.
But I mean, it couldn't have gone too much better. It's so much harder to micro drones because Reapers are so fast, they can run them down just super, super easily here.
Soulkey having trouble dealing with these Reapers. Can't really chase them with those slowlings. Might try to bait them onto creep there, trying to get the queen to
even
the action
on creep,
as well.
though, the Zergings are still significantly slower.
Yeah,
I mean, a Zerging on creep is actually it's not that much slower. It's fairly close. It's very, very close to speed, but of course Reaper is ranged. So
yeah,
I mean, they're still gonna be able to kite you around. Meanwhile, behind us, the exact same follow-up from last, getting that command center, then the factory, then the second gas, and I expect fairly shortly we'll see either another factory or another command center.
All right, we're seeing the Reapers coming straight to that natural expansion, taking down yet another drone. Ling's trying to chase them off that creep. They're going to get away. Speed is about to kick in, though. I feel like he could theoretically pursue these these Reapers across the map and take them down. We have a Varric's going to get some scouting done, seeing that the gas is not being mined, so knows his opponent is just restricted to Speedlings, Queens, and drones and expansions at this point in time, so not going to be worried about any sort of follow-up roach push. The Ling's going to sprint into the national expansion, but the bunker is done. Nice timing there from last. The SCV is going to get taken out. Yes, it will. The bunker will.
I love that
not
Widowmine
finish.
positioning, actually, because the Zergings can't see it, and if he just pokes up the ramp for a second to see if it's open, he's going to get punished.
Could just poke with one.
That's true. He
Has
could.
that guy died.
But typically a Zerg we're going to send a bunch. Oh,
all right. The bunker getting surrounded here. Nice shot there from the Widowmine, but the bunker is going to stay alive. No SCVs down there to repair it. And Soulkey's going to be up 43 to 30 in supply, but last again, he has that natural expansion on the ground. Has a third command center in production, so very soon in this game, Last is going to have 3 orbital commands. He has 2 factories right now, has a starport, setting up that infrastructure, setting up that economy, so he can really start powering out those units.
Soulkey is definitely in a better position than he was last game, though. The speed Zergings provided such a huge value. One thing I love, though, is how on top of its timings last was. This is something we see from these Pro League Kesmet players, is that he knew exactly when to run Reaper's home. Like, literally, if he ran 2 seconds later,
yeah, they would have died.
They would have died to speeds, and if those Reapers died, his whole low ground is like 5 times harder to hold.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you can do Widow Mines, but the Zerg will see the Widow Mines come
There's
down.
nothing to put in the bunker, really, because his barracks was on the other side of the map.
I mean, and if the Zerg micro is to send 1 Zergling for each Widowmine explosion, you're going to be stuck without being on mine from the low ground until you get those Hellings out, which is going to take even longer.
All right.
Oh, the same follow-up,
see
though.
if the Reapers can bait the Lings inside the Widowmine range. I think that's what's
It's a dangerous game, though.
Yeah, it is.
Because you can kill all your own Reapers.
Yep, friendly fire, of course.
Oh! I like what he was doing there. He was trying to bait it into the SCVs. Unfortunately, I don't think he killed any, but wounded a couple.
I think he might have killed 1. 3 workers killed the 4 right now in favor of last. We have an Overlord going to be scouting in his opponent's main base, seeing 2 factories, seeing 1 starport. So
did you see the armory? Did you see the armory?
Let me check. No.
Nope, no armory.
I think you can kind of guess, though,
yeah, I mean,
right? Like,
when
you see the starport, okay, what's the starport going to make? A medevac, probably.
I mean, honestly, if you see their Terran, you're going to know there's going to be Hellbats at some point, right? It's like... It's like seeing a Zerg and not thinking they're never gonna make drones, right, or something like that. It's
fair
like,
enough.
Or yeah, it's the Hellbat. Of course he's gonna make it. Oh, bringing the Widowmine up too. I wonder how this will be incorporated into his attack.
Interesting. Maybe just covering
Oh.
He could lift it up. Okay, just gonna chill there.
If Soulkey didn't quite spot that in time, because of course the hatchery is, oh, the egg. I didn't even know it would go off on egg. I was thinking massive drone chance for it trigger it.
Did it kill the egg?
No, it's just damaged it. It would kill a larva, but didn't kill the egg.
All right, a Viking trying to clear the way here. Hellion's being loaded up into a medevac in the middle of the map there as Hellbat. So we'll have to see how much damage can be done here from Last. Keep in mind, that drop is pretty much what killed Soulkey in the last game. It's going to happen again, and we'll have to see how much better Soulkey can handle it. Because if the Hellbats do as much damage, he's not going to be in a good situation.
The Viking cleared the way. There was an Overlord put there specifically to scout this drop. The Overlord is now dead. He's only got one queen.
Ignite Afterburner is going to be laid down. A lot of drones in the main base are extremely vulnerable. There go the flamethrowers onto the drones. Going to try to run as fast as possible. Roach is returning back to try to reinforce.
That queen is getting
the drones just going to
bro.
Yeah, the queen's going to die in a heartbeat, but I'd rather lose a queen than 20 drones. They're burrowed under the ground. I'm not sure if Last notices. If he does, he can just scan and...
He could, or he could just kill the roaches. Hellbats is so strong, but at the front of the base, a little bit of aggression. A nice little defensive wall there, though.
Oh, I gotta watch these Hellbats kill these drones. There is some aggression going on by Soulkey into Last's natural expansion. The Hellbats look like they were finally cleaned up. There is a Banshee here to help out Last, and that Banshee should be enough to fend off this attack. Also, there's 4 Hellbats there not doing much. Not sure why he's trying to engage. I guess we'll just wait and let the Banshee do
Yeah, why bother? I mean, Last is losing mining time, but he hasn't really lost any units here. So I think he's perfectly happy just to kind of wait it out. Roach's burrow, that could be nice. At least force a scan, maybe even do some harassment later in the game. Did that medevac get taken out?
Yes, I think he did. The Hellbats too. Let me hit Control R really quick. 12 workers killed for Last, 7 for Soulkey, 60 to 53 there in the Harvester tab. So, with Soulkey ahead there.
That burrow did help Soulkey out there.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
I think he had 3 or 4 drone kills from the first Reaper. Or 2, so you know, not too bad there with the defense from the Hellbat, considering he was really caught off guard by it. Some Hellion harass here in normal Hellion mode, of course. This way they're way faster.
Hellion swinging into the third base there. The drones lining up as they run away, but Last not able to get as much damage as he would have hoped. Soulkey able to hold that off pretty well.
Not too bad, and Soulkey is switching over to Spire. Of course, this is a very strong counter to the Hellbat unit, but Last is here making Thors behind his push. One thing to consider, though, is Thors play a fairly similar purpose to High Templar against Mutas, right? They're there so that when the Mutas harass, you put a ton of damage out on them, and then they can't harass anymore because they're so close to dying, they'll die when they come back.
Right.
But with the regeneration ability, Mutas can come in, kill some SCVs, take a couple Thor shots, and then run away, regenerate, keep repeating this process over and over again. So I think they'll be a little more useful than they used to be.
Watch out, the friendly fire.
Oh!
Killing some SCVs there. I feel like Soulkey was trying to plan on that. I think he knew that Widowmine was there. I saw him try to bait that.
And he was clearly running the Roach.
Yeah.
Normally, a Zerg player there would stutter step the Roach. You get a couple extra attacks. But he knew, like you mentioned. And so he just ran that Roach alongside SCV. Sometimes. Oh, Hellbat drop in the main.
See how many kills they're getting. One kill.
Very fast drone kill.
Very nice reaction time there from Soulkey.
Okay, I thought for a second he might be just going for that Spire.
Going straight to the third base. This is Cloud Kingdom. A lot of drones going to be vulnerable here at this third base. The Mutas need to be returning back to deal with this. No, the Mutas just going to go straight from Last's main. The drone's going to burrow. Let's see if a scan goes down here from Last. He has to know what's happening. Going to be targeting that hatchery for now. Roach is going to return back to finally deal with this, but nice splash damage on the drones there. The Mutas heading straight for his opponent's base, but there are 2 turrets there and a Thor. Soulkey not going to have a chance. The Mutas not going to do enough. That was his way back into the game, but once he sent him across the map, once he saw the 3 turrets there, the 2 Thors, he realized, you know what, this probably isn't going to work out.
Terra mech play is really strong now. I mean, the standard logic is if you're playing Terran against Zerg and you're going mech, the Zerg can get that extra economy early. They just have to build a Spore Crawler to help against the Banshee, maybe. You know, get a couple Queens to help against the Hellion harass. But it's so much different now. You got the early Reapers to really slow the Zerg down early on, force him to get that speed early, get extra Zerglings, etc. And then you got the Widowmines to do more contained damage. And then, I think you can compare a Hellbat drop to like a Banshee harass maybe. Roughly same tech, let's say.
Sure.
Hellbat drop maybe slightly higher in tech because the armory is more than a tech lab. But it's so much harder to stop.
Yeah.
You can't just have a Queen and a Spore. Because they'll just drop.
It's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
Ignite Afterburners too.
And it kills drones so much faster. And even if you have the units there, you still have to pull the drones. It's just it's a no-win situation for Deserg. They're really last.
Yeah.
Amazing play in the series so far.
45 workers killed in that last game. The Harvester tap at the end there was 73-49. So Last really hammering at his opponent's economy, taking down drone after drone, and it converts him to a victory. So he's going to be up 2-1 in this best-of-5 series. Last is currently up. He's 1 win away from getting that spot in Dallas, Texas at the Winter Championships. Guys, don't go anywhere. Game 4 coming up.